Hey guys, it's Skynight. Today we're going to be talking about how to install Windows Server 2012 R2 to your new server. So today's episode of AdaptTech is basically we're going to teach you how to install Windows Server 2012 R2 and the best practices on how to do so. So first up, once you've booted off your CD, you'll be greeted with this screen here. So what you want to do is you want to select your language. For us it's United States English. Then you want to select your time and currency format. So we're going to scroll around until scroll past it. Australia English, because we're in Australia. Leave the keyboard input normal. Click install now. Once this will load up for a second, it may take a moment or two, depending on how fast your computer is. We're actually using a pretty fast computer at the moment. At this stage, you'll be asked to put in your product key. So if you don't know what your product key is, you can just look on your Windows Server 2012 installation disk and you should find numbers in this sort of format. So I'm just going to skip past that. Okay, so now you get to choose whether you want this services core installation or whether you want server with GUI. For our tutorial we're going to be using GUI just because it's easier. Now you should probably read through the terms and conditions. I've already read them, so we're just going to agree and next. Here you want to click custom installation, Windows only. Then you want to click the drive of which you want to install to. If you have multiple drives here, it means you have multiple partitions or multiple physical drives in the server. Make sure you pick the right one. So once you click next, Windows will think for a little bit and it'll go here. What it's doing here is it's decompressing all the files from Windows and installing them on your computer, on your computer's hard drive or your server's hard drive. This may take a moment or two. Yeah, just sit patient, wait for it, and wait, and wait, and wait for about 50%. Oh no, about 47, 48, 49. Come on, go through. We're over halfway. 62, 72. Come on. Yeah, so this is actually quite a fast installation, seems though we're using an SSD based server for this tutorial. It may take longer for this for you if you're using hard drives or whatnot. So once it comes to this screen, again, just wait a little longer. What it's doing here is finalizing. Oh, by the way, between those two parts it would have restarted. We just had to cut out the restart because our capture card could not record that. So here you'll just have to wait a little bit for Windows to load up. We recommend while that restart happens that you remove the USB flash drive or Windows Server 2012 disk that you used to install the image. If you're installing it in a virtual instance, just demount the ISO. So you get greeted with a black screen here. That may take a moment. Let's come back. Come on. Windows Server 2012 can take a little bit to install, just because it is obviously a server operating system that has a lot of components in it. But it should be done any moment. Getting devices ready. So at this stage, it's just installing all your drivers for your computer and running all the different checks it needs to run to be able to get Windows on your computer successfully without it crashing. So it says it's 100% ready, but it's obviously not because it's still loading. I know, it's getting ready again. Yeah, sometimes Windows can do this a couple times, 3 or 4 times, depending on what needs to be installed and what the driver components for your machine are. So we're just going to wait a little bit longer. Come on. Come on, computer. Go and install it. Restarting. Okay, again, it restarted, but you won't be able to see that because of our capture card. Because we are using Hyper-V here, but to capture it, it's a bit of a pain in the backside. There we go. So Windows Server 2012 R2 loading up right here, nearly ready to go. After this, you'll be prompted to pick a secure local administrator username and password. So just take a moment to think about what you want your local admin password to be. This will not be your domain password. This will be in case your domain controller fails, you'll still be able to use this password locally on any machine. So I think it went and did another restart. Yep, it did. Let's keep going here. Come on. But pretty much for us, I think it took around about 6 minutes and 50 seconds or 7 minutes, somewhere around there. It's pretty quick for a Windows Server 2012 R2 installation. It should be done any moment. Okay, here we go. This is where you'll need to type in your password. So I've already got my password picked. So let's go ahead and put that in when I get to it. There it goes. And again. Oh shit, whoops. Backspace that. Okay. And finish. Now it'll finalize your settings. And you'll be greeted with the Control-Alt-Delete page in a moment. So you just press Control-Alt-Delete on the keyboard to sign in. If you're using a hypervisor or a virtual box, just find your Control-Alt-Delete button. Now type in your password, which you created just a second ago, click enter. It'll load up the administrator account for the very first time. And after that, Windows, I think it's management or something, will launch up. So you just saw it finalizing the settings there, loading the group profile, and then it should come in any second, hopefully. Come on. Yep, here it goes. So yeah, now you're on the Windows Server 2012 R2 desktop. So you can go ahead and install roles. There'll be a playlist, this will be part of our Server Manager, that's what it was. There'll be a playlist which will be on the AdaptTech channel, and that will be on the different services and how to install things in Windows Server 2012 R2. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.